Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Dave, this is Quarter Flips. Today I want to talk about these Nerf guns. I don't know if they're guns anymore. They're Nerf launchers? What do they call these? I know paintball guns, they call them markers, specifically so they can get away from the word guns. I think these are Nerf guns though. They're dart guns, definitely. Now the reason I want to talk about these is because I see them all the time. I see Nerf guns at garage sales and thrift stores all over the place. And people just walk by them for various reasons. And a lot of those reasons are good reasons. For example, the two that I'm holding right here, I wouldn't look twice at. These are pretty much not worth my time. Maybe selling them together, maybe I'd get $9 or $10, $8 or $9, but they're heavy. They won't ship first class. I'll have to get them for priority or parcel or something. And they're just not worth it. I'm not going to find them cheap. People are going to think they're actually worth something. The people who put them out are probably going to think they're worth something, and they're really not. I'm not going to pay any money for these and try to flip them. It's just not worth my time. And on top of that, I think people would tend to think these were broken because the triggers don't pull and there doesn't seem to be anything to cock, or you do that, but it doesn't do anything. That's part of what I want to talk about today too, because there's a lot going on with Nerf. Some Nerf is better than others. And a lot of times people think it's broken when it's not, and I don't know if everybody knows where the value is. So on these, they are not broken. They have a switch right here. And if you switch that switch all the way back, nothing happens. And if you go around and you make sure every part of the Nerf gun is closed and in the position it's supposed to be in, and you switch that switch, if it has batteries in it, it powers up. Now, this thing will fire darts supposedly as fast as you pull the trigger. It's not true. And I know this because the reason why we have these is I kept these after I sold all the parts that came with them years ago so that I could have Nerf gun fights with my nephews. And if you pull the trigger too fast, the darts get clogged. These are designed actually pretty poorly. They're not that fun, especially if a young kid doesn't know how to fix it on their own. You have to stop, walk across the room, fix the darts for them, walk back, and then start shooting them again. And it's more fun just to be shooting them the whole time. So when I say they had other parts, let me explain what I mean. And this is a big part of looking for Nerf. Now, if you go out to garage sales and thrift stores, you probably see Nerf all over the place. You probably see a lot of knockoff guns that are not Nerf guns. I think you can probably just ignore all of those. That's no problem. Or a lot of little tiny Nerf guns. And I don't really see the value in those either. Not very, I mean, if you got them free, I guess they'd be fun to flip for a couple bucks, but it's these more serious Nerf guns that I want to talk about. And here's what I mean when I say there are other parts. Here's a Nerf gun that I bought the other day for $3 at a local thrift store. You'll notice there's a lot more to it. Although at its base, this is essentially the same thing as this. And here's what I mean by that. Nerf comes with a whole bunch of different components. This handle comes off. The stock comes off. The barrel comes off. And if you pull that back, the magazine comes out. Now what you're left with is this. I see these all the time. And honestly, it's not worth buying. And the thing is, this says $3. And probably if I saw this sitting on the shelf somewhere, it would say $3. As if the value is here. The value is not here. The value is in all that stuff that I just took off and threw down. Luckily with this one, it had all the parts. Okay, now, this is worth $3. Even if this didn't work, even if you'd cock this back and pull the trigger, and it wouldn't fire a dart, you can still sell this piece, sell this piece. You can probably sell this piece and the handle separately, and you could sell this piece. And you could make your money up piecemeal that way, or just keep them all together and sell the whole thing together. It's definitely worth $3, and you don't even have to worry as much in shipping it because you can take it apart and put it in a smaller box. So that's what I mean when I say that this is a lot like this, because this gun actually had a lot of pieces that could go to it. It had I believe it had a stock, much like this. These pieces are interchangeable. You could put this stock on here if you wanted to, but it doesn't match, so why would you want to? And I think it had a scope on it that went on top. it's not that great a gun. The way you identify if they're good guns or not is you'll notice that this one says Barricade RV10. This one says Retaliator Elite. Easy to look up on your phone when you're in the store. And after a while, you're just gonna know. After you've done this a little bit, there's not so many that you can't figure out which ones are good and which ones aren't. But let's move on because there's a few more things I want to say about this stuff. You find something like this. $4 on this one. It was sitting there like this on the shelf. I picked it up, wondered why no one had grabbed it. Because this drum right here, this is a 25 drum dart drum. I think this is worth enough that you would pay $4. But I was messing with it and nothing was happening. Here's what you gotta know about these Nerf guns, and I'll show it on this next one I'm gonna show also. Kids know this, I think it's harder for adults. Everything has to be in the right position for these things to work properly. This needs to be down. The magazine needs to be in. Still nothing happened. I was able to remove the magazine, which was nice, but nothing. I put it back in place, nothing happened. So then I noticed that this thing, even though it was closed, wasn't latching. And it had this little orange button here. When I pushed that and it snapped into place, I pulled the trigger and this happened. And I realized the gun maybe was working. So without really checking, I pulled the trigger in the store and this happened. I fired a few rounds that went flying off into nowhere. No one yelled or yelped or said anything. I recovered 2 of the 3 darts that I saw the general direction they went. Now that I knew it worked, this seemed like a very good buy, so I bought it. It came home with me. So the point here is that make sure if you're deciding whether or not these things are worth buying and you've checked the prices and you know that they got decent prices if they work, just make sure everything's in its place, you know? You'll get to understand after you've messed with these a little bit how they work. So that is the Hyperfire. Sorry, Uma. And this is the Ultra. I don't have any bullets for the Ultra. The Ultra is, it fires a larger size Nerf bullet, I believe. Obviously, this is meant to be a big sniper type rifle. I was in the store with Michael Ann, and I pulled this up. It still has a price tag on it. They wanted $14.99 for this. We looked this one up on eBay, and we saw right away that just the magazine can go for 15, 20 bucks. So she thought, hey, that'd be a good buy, even for the 14, if you can just sell that part. But then she tried to get the part out, and could not get it out. And she said, oh, it's broken, it's stuck in there. I said, that's not how this works. The first thing I did was try to open this thing up. Nothing happened. I was having a little bit of trouble with it, trying to figure out exactly how to make it work. And I started messing with the lever, and I realized that you have to have this all the way back in order to be able to release the magazine. So once we saw that we could get the magazine out, I thought, okay, the magazine seems to be in good shape. It's not broken. I don't have any darts, but that's okay. I can sell that for as much as they want for the gun. Maybe it'd be worth getting the whole gun and selling it together. Comps seem to be all over the place on this. But before I bought it for that reason, I thought I would at least test it to see if it seemed to fire. You have to move this forward, put it in position. Makes a good noise. Don't have any of the larger darts, but I feel confident that this is in working condition. Once you pull that back, you can then get this thing open, the thing that I couldn't get open before. So these things are designed specifically where if everything's not in place, things lock down. And I do think that that contributes to the idea that they're broken or not working, which could contribute to profit for you if you figure out how it is they work and how to test them. Okay, so two more things. I also picked up this guy. I don't go in for the little pistols very often. They don't have a lot of extra details that come with them. This is the Zombie Strike. It's meant to be a gun that you use in the Nerf zombie game, zombie war idea. It fires like that. You cock this back, it rotates this thing where the Nerf darts go. It didn't seem like much, but I thought to myself, I wonder if the zombie stuff is starting to gain in value. And lo and behold, I discovered that this one actually does increase in value. And the reason is, and this is a whole nother thing about Nerf, people out there will mod these guns. They will add new springs, they will take them apart and adjust the internals so that they fire a lot harder. Sometimes they'll even paint them up and add new stuff to them. It's a whole culture. This one apparently seems to be one that they like to mod. I think the configuration is such that you can add a spring that will fire very hard. I don't know if this has been modded. I doubt it has, but it can be modded. And so it seemed like it was worth buying. I had a dart to test it. Let's see how hard it shoots. Okay, that actually shoots really hard for an unmodded Nerf gun. Let's try it again. Makes me think that even unmodded, this gun is a nice hard shooter, and that's probably why it goes for good money. I paid $2 for this. I don't know. I'll probably put it up for $14.99 plus shipping. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about Nerf is why it is I think that they are so widely available and so cheap. And this comes from personal experience. 10, 12 years ago, I was doing a lot of garage sales. And at the time, most of the Nerf guns looked like these. They were all pretty much yellow and orange. There were some that had blue on them. They were starting to get the blue and white ones. They were all these end strike. And you found them at a lot of garage sales. There was one that was a big, like 50 caliber machine gun, tripod with bullet belts. You had to load the darts into bullet belts, and they went into a ammo box on the side. It was powered. You'd pull a trigger and it would duck, 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 fire the darts, and the belt would come through. That thing was awesome and expensive. One time I walked into a garage sale. There was one in perfect condition with every piece sitting there and no price on it. I said, "How much for this?" And the dad came rushing over to me, kind of scooped my arm a little bit, picked the thing up and said, take it out of my yard. Take it away from my house. It's yours. Go. Get it out of here." That's the key. I think Nerf is super annoying in the hands of small children. And even worse, with that big one, it took 6 D-size batteries. So once you bought the thing, you've got to add 6 D batteries to it. And then, I'm telling you, loading those darts in those things and getting it lined up just right, totally annoying. Now, the actual big part of the gun itself wasn't that valuable. You could get that pretty cheap. But the ammo belts, the tripod, and the box consistently sold for like over $10 a piece. So each one of those guns I was making $30 to $40 on. And I never paid, I don't think, more than $5 at any garage sale. And in doing that, I started finding out that the sniper rifles they had at the time sold for good money. And weirdly, everyone who was buying these for me were in Australia. I don't know. Perhaps Nerf just isn't widely available there, or their gun laws are such that they weren't selling them there, but they could get them if they bought them from eBay. I never had any trouble, never had anything come back, never had any problems, but I sold dozens of Nerf guns that I bought in garage sales to Australia. And I haven't sold any Nerf for a while, but looking at sold comps, it seems like they're still selling really well. And there's a lot more now than there was. So when you're in the Goodwill, when you're in your local thrift shop, when you're out at those garage sales or church sales or whatever, and you see this stuff, take a look at it. See if there's some money there to be made. I think it's a ton of fun. Obviously, I mean, it goes right in with the stuff I like to sell. But I know from being there with Michael Ann and watching her react to the big gun we found, and watching other people pick these things up and set them down. People don't know how they work, they think they're broken, and so they walk away from money. So pick up that money. All right, before I go, let's talk sales. I've sold a whole bunch of stuff in the last couple of days that I'm gonna ship today, and then in a minute I'll jump over here and show you the other stuff that I've sold over the last week or so. Starting on Discogs, got a couple of CDs. Got the Clash From Here to Eternity live CD. This went for $2.99. On the other hand, I got this Kiss Hard to Believe. It's not Kiss. Hard to Believe, a Kiss covers compilation with a whole bunch of bands doing Kiss covers. There's Melvins, Chemical People, Nirvana. I think Nirvana is pretty much the reason anyone cares about this. It was on CZ Records. This went for $19.99 plus shipping. And vinyl, I've got this Red Skies Over Paradise by Fisher Z. This one went for $8.99. I don't know much about this one. And Remission, Enemy of Silence hardcore record on React Records. This is on white vinyl. This went for $15.99 plus shipping. Over on eBay, sold these gloves, these training gloves by Protex. Protex 2, I think they are. They've been up for a long time. I've had these for more than a year. They went for $8.99 plus shipping. Sold some VHS, 2 Hercules, the Kevin Sorbo one. This went for $8.99, shipping included. Whereas this Beatles 4 cassette box set went for $14.99 plus shipping. DVDs, these are just the ones going out today. Phenomenon, $6.99. The Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Tell Me What Rockers to Swallow, this went for $7.99. Das Boot, $8.99. Gloria Estefan, Live in Atlantis, $9.99. 10-Inch Hero, cool little indie film with John Doe from X and one of the guys from... What's that TV show where the brothers drive around in the muscle car and fight demons? I don't know, it was a good show, right? $12.99. And King, a filmed record, Montgomery to Memphis, $14.99. Then some more gaming stuff. I sold these GURPS books. A GURPS book was the very first item that I bought and sold in the $1 to New Car Challenge video series that I have going. These were 2 other books. I don't think I got them in the same place. I think I bought one other book there that day, or out of the same lot in that warehouse sale, because I've been going day after day there. And then another one came up somewhere else in another lot of gaming books. I always look at gaming books. So these went together for $14.99 plus shipping. And then miniatures. These are AEG Clan War Void Guards miniatures. I had never seen these before. Had to do a little work to figure out what they were because it wasn't super easy to find these images online. These came to me from Anthony at Froggy Flips. I made a video about getting miniatures from him on my other channel, Quarterbash. You can check that out if you like. This is the first sale out of that batch. They went for $8.99 plus shipping. Let's take a look at other stuff that I sold over the last few days. Starting off on Discogs. So this CD from the band Five, it's the Telistic Dysfracture, $5.99 plus shipping. Vandals, Ice Cream Treat Inside. This is I believe this is a Japanese version with a different cover, $9.99 plus shipping. Somebody bought all these CDs together, and I love this combination. In Excess, Shuba Shuba, 3 CDs from the Jesus Lizard, Shot, Goat, and Liar, and the Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables. It was $7.99 for the Dead Kennedys, $3.99 here, and these were $7.99, $4.99, and $6.99. Altogether, this added up to $31.95 plus shipping. Sold this new in the box Buddy Rich 5-disc set for $12.99 plus shipping. This is a compilation CD called Black Appalachia? Appalachia? What's the proper pronunciation? I don't know. That went for $14.99 plus shipping. Hank Williams Jr. Greatest Hits CD, $5.99 plus shipping. Sold this CD from Sun. This is the Void. Actually, it's 00 Void, but I'm never sure with Sun what exactly you're supposed to pronounce in either the title of the band or the title of the CDs. $12.99 plus shipping. And Seisha, a retrospective, $39.99 for that one. And The Criminals, 7 Months Drunk and Bitter, clear vinyl, $8.99 plus shipping. Sold this Roy Orbison Lonely and Blue LP. This thing is trashed. I listed it that way. Still, it went for $9.99 plus shipping. And an LP from the band Birds in a Row. This is We Already Lost the World. It went for $12.99 plus shipping. And sold a copy of the King Tough Was Dead LP. That went for $19.99 plus shipping. Genuine, A Bond Still Strong. This is number 10 out of 1,000 on blue vinyl. That went for $9.99. Also sold with Lumbar, The First and Last Days of Unwelcome on orange vinyl. $14.99 for that one. And XXX presents Still Having Their Say, a compilation, 19 bands. This is on a tricolor of red, white, and black vinyl. Let's take a look at that. I mean, that does look pretty nice, doesn't it? $21.99 for that one. All of these records together, plus shipping. Over on eBay, more old Excursion backstock CDs. These 5 for $6.99 plus shipping. Got the Dark Knight Returns softcover graphic novel. That went for $12.99, shipping included. Got these 3 little John Cena action figures that I got at the dollar store. There was a whole bunch of these. I thought they were going to be a good buy. They weren't really. They were $1 a piece. Plus tax, these 3 sold together for $4.99 plus shipping. Probably not worth it, but I'm glad they're going out the door. Sold my second and last copy of this Porcino Cactus Friends pet toy. It's kind of hard to see here. $16.99 plus shipping on that one. Here's an eBay CD sale. It's Flabby Road 2, 26 all-time greatest Beatles novelty songs. I think these are parody songs or something. $9.99 plus shipping on that one. 2 CDs from TJ Kirk. These have been up for a long time. They sold for $3.99 plus shipping. Sold this No BS Fitness book by Matt Fury. That went for $19.99 plus shipping. Sold this excellent little, I think they call it a coquette. It's a souffle thing, I guess, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that cultured, people. This went for $16.99 plus shipping. The Vision Seeker, still sealed, 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. That went for $17.99 plus shipping. Here's 2 paperback books from Richard Brautigan. A Confederate General from Big Sur and Rommel Drives on Deep into Egypt. They are, it's hard to see because I've got them wrapped up, but they're in pretty rough shape. Even still, these early editions of these Brautigan books went for $14.99, shipping included. Sold the first of the VHS sets that I've been listing. These are 4 Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon beach movies. I remember watching these on TV in the afternoons when I was a kid. That went for $9.99 plus shipping. Sold this sealed copy of The China Syndrome for $6.99, shipping included. DVDs, Sin City, 2-disc set with a graphic novel, $7.99, shipping included. Embrace of the Vampire, Alyssa Milano, $9.99. Broken Lizard's Puddle Cruiser, The Super Trooper folks, I think this is their first movie, $11.99. Billy Budd, $12.99. And Portishead at Roseland, New York, $19.99. Brand new sealed copy of The Thin Blue Line on DVD, $8.99. And Skokie, $12.99. The Abyss Special Edition, $9.99. Knights of the South Bronx with Ted Danson, $8.99. Michael Collins, $9.99. Copy of my movie The Edge of Quarrel, $9.99. And Best of the Best, $9.99. The Far Horizons, $7.99. Millennium, $10.99. I'd never seen that before, so I watched it. I don't think it aged very well. Sailor Moon, the movie, $17.99. And a sealed copy of Nevermore, The Best of Raven, TNA Wrestling, $19.99. Bats with Lou Diamond Phillips, $9.99. And Pistol Pete's Homework Basketball, 3 different sets, dribbling, passing, and ball handling. Those went together for $29.99. And sold some more miniatures. Got these Raw Partha AD&D Monsters Orcs. They went for $12.99 plus shipping. And more Raw Partha. This was a box set called the War Band. No box, obviously, just the miniatures. This went for $29.99 plus shipping. There's a lot of 22 Shadowrun miniatures from Raw Partha. These sold for $44.99 plus shipping. One more set of the Dragonlance Heroes by Raw Partha, $59.99 plus shipping. And this one is the Forgotten Realms box set by Raw Partha, also $59.99 plus shipping. And sold this Nintendo Switch dock. This is what connects to the TV and I believe charges a Nintendo Switch. It went for $49.99 plus shipping. That's it for today. Don't sleep on Nerf guns. If that sounds like the kind of thing that you're into, it's the kind of thing I'm into. And if not, then at least you know that you're not missing anything when you walk by them. Because I think that's probably a lot of hassle. And you're not likely to find a lot of big money Nerf guns. Just a lot of decent medium amounts of money. Small to medium amounts of money if you know what to look for. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.